Logitech sent me their C922 ProStream webcam. It's the upgrade to the C920, which is very popular, and this one is meant to be used as a pro streaming tool with XSplit and OBS, and can use either 1080p 30fps or 720p 60, and has background replacement software and automatic low light correction. Now inside the box you get a tripod as well as the webcam itself, and a XSplit 3-month premium license, as well as other documentation, warranty and that sort of bits and pieces. The tripod itself is actually pretty awesome. It's got a ball head on the top for maneuverability, and you can extend or retract the legs if you want it to be nice and tiny or a little bit taller. Now the webcam itself is very similar to the C920 in style, with the stereo microphones on either side and the lens in the centre. This one has a G1/4 tripod mount on the bottom if you do want to mount it to the tripod, and soft touch plastic on pretty much every surface that would touch a monitor or anything that it's sitting on. If you're, for example, sitting on a monitor, you can use it like this, which is a very, very sturdy method, but also you can put it on the tripod if you so wish. Here's a few tests for you. So this is a test of the Logitech C922's webcam and the microphone. Now I've had a few test listens to the microphone's audio before, and it does sound a little bit echoey. It's not perfect, but then again, if you are a professional streamer, which is what this is kind of aimed at, this is likely something that you'll already have a mic on a boom arm or something that you would use anyway, so this is obviously just primarily webcam. But if you are planning on buying this just to have a really awesome webcam, then this is the sort of audio that you'll get without an external microphone or something else on your desk. Now in terms of the video quality, as you can see, I am using the background replacement service for the Personify software, which is a little bit interesting. First of all, it works really well. You may see it kind of glitching out, especially as I move around, but to make that very clear, the reason that it's glitching out is because I'm not using any form of lighting. I have a window over there and I have the screens in front of me, and that's it. Otherwise it's a bland background. In fact, this is the background that it's currently trying to remove, and it's trying to differentiate the side of my head from the door, which, considering it's doing it on the fly and it's doing it with fairly minimal CPU usage, well, that's actually quite impressive. Now otherwise, overall this should be 720p 60fps at the current point in time. The Personify software does only seem to properly work at 720p, at least that's the default resolution that it comes up with, and I'm going to do a test in 1080p after this one anyway, so you can see what that looks like. But overall I'm quite impressed with the webcam's quality, especially since the webcam I was previously using was a PlayStation iCam from the PS3, so yeah, quite an improvement so far. But overall, yeah, it's a really nice webcam. It's cool that you can do that, and you can change to the Logitech default ones if you want, or you can do just transparent backgrounds so that you can put stuff behind you, or put yourself in a in the bottom corner of a game or something like that. Overall, I am impressed. It works quite well, and even if it does chop off your ear occasionally or your hands if you try and move them around, it's certainly not ideal conditions. If you're a professional streamer, you likely have lights anyway. So yeah, I'm really impressed with it so far overall. So I've actually switched to an XMG laptop to record the 1080p aspect of this. That's just because whether it's the USB ports or just the current situation in my OS or software or anything like that, I can't quite get it 1080p to work properly at 30fps. It looks like it's 10 or 15 FPS. It's very choppy. So this seems to be recording excellently, so I will use this for the moment. Now, just to make it clear, in terms of the software aspect, if you are looking to use the background replacement, it actually comes up as a separate camera in the sort of camera selection list. So if you're using OBS or XSplit or Skype or whatever else, you'll have to actually select a different camera, the Personify C922, rather than the Logitech C922, because what I'm currently using is the Logitech C922, which allows 1080p 30fps and all that sort of stuff, whereas the Personify one doesn't seem to work all that well at 1080p. I believe it technically does, but it looks upscaled as opposed to proper 1080p image quality. But either way, it's still awesome, and just to make a note, you do have to switch the cameras over. Also on the software side, the Personify software does the window disappears every time you stop streaming or the camera is deactivated, which is a little bit annoying in terms of testing, because you have to reopen the window. But at the same time, I do like the fact that it doesn't actually pop up. It just it appears on the taskbar. So if you are gaming and you just start streaming via hotkey or something, it doesn't take you out of the game and that sort of thing. So that is quite nice, but there's kind of a pro and con to that as well. Otherwise, I don't really have too many other cons. As I said, if you're looking to use this camera as a just general webcam, there are probably cheaper options that will do you just the same. But if you're a pro streamer or someone who really cares about image quality, then you're likely also going to be able to afford a standalone microphone and on a boom arm and a pop filter and all that sort of stuff. So for me, the microphone isn't a massive aspect, but it still is clear enough that if this is the only thing you can afford and you just want excellent video with some audio to go along with it, it's still not absolutely terrible. So yeah, I'm overall quite impressed. In terms of scoring, I'm going to go, I think, for a 4 for 5 for money. It is quite expensive. You do get a lot for it, but it's still, as I said, definitely in the upper price range of webcams. In terms of performance, it has to be a 5, and functionality, despite the microphone not being perfect, the background reduction software is just absolutely fantastic. It doesn't use much CPU usage, and overall, just the fact that it does it on the fly is really impressive, and with these sort of conditions, absolutely horrible to actually try and differentiate a background. I am overall really impressed with it. In terms of styling, it's awesome. It actually has LED lights on the sort of curved sides at the front to let you know that the webcam is on and recording. It's nice and subtle, but it's nice to know when it is and isn't recording. An overall TechteamGB score, I think I'm going to go for a 4.5 and a gold award. It's an awesome camera. It's out of most people's price ranges, but it is very, very awesome, and image quality, especially when it's at 1080p and running properly at 30 FPS, I am overall very, very impressed with it. And by the way, these are, I'm deliberately testing this in nasty conditions. There is some light from over there and there is slight light from the front, but this is by no means a studio lit environment or anything that a lot of streamers already have. So yeah, I am impressed. So yeah, if you want to check this out, do check out the Amazon link in the description down below. I'll leave one down there, and if you're planning on buying anything else on Amazon, please do use the affiliate links down there. It genuinely does help me out. And if you want to help me out but aren't buying stuff on Amazon, please do share this and all of the other videos. As I said, it does help me out to have more people watching and enjoying and making use of the videos. After all, they are for you. So yeah, as I said, if you enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe. If you didn't, feel free to dislike, but let me know why in the comments down below so I can improve for next time. And if you want to see any more test footage of this camera in different scenarios, then feel free to let me know in the comments down below too, and while I still have it, I'll give it a shot. Other than that, yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.